I lived in China for 3 years, and the craziest question I was asked on a regular was, "Why are you black?" I heard this the first week I was there, and I remember I was just in complete confusion and shock, and I was like, "How is somebody really asking me this question?" It took me 3 years to find the perfect answer. But before I share that, let me give you guys some context and explain what the hell I was doing in China for 3 years. I'm an international teacher, and I've taught all over the world, and I spent 3 years teaching at an international school in Shanghai. I taught second grade, and if you know anything about kids, they are curious and inquisitive, and they want to understand the world, and they ask tons of questions. But never in the world did I expect that I would be asked, "Why is your skin like this? Why is it this color?" I remember my students would be like, "Is it because you like chocolate? You eat a lot of chocolate? Is that why your skin is this color? Is it because you're always in the sun? Is that why your skin is this color?" And I would just sit there and laugh at the way they tried to understand what happened and why my skin was this color. And honestly, I really couldn't blame them for being curious about this because they're in a homogenous country with a billion people that all look the freaking same. The chances of seeing and interacting with somebody who is different is very low. Even on their TVs and on their social medias, it's all Chinese people. I really couldn't blame these little kids for being so curious. Living there for 3 years, I tried so many different things to help them understand skin color, from books to explaining world geography and how different features exist in different parts of the world to melanin, you guys. And some of the answers I gave them and I tested on them were just so complex. Their little minds couldn't handle it. Just want to give them an answer that like comes from my heart and their little minds can understand it, and not only understand it, but it's something that they will take away. And I remember I got that answer in my third year. I was walking down the hallway, and then a little girl who's not even in my class, not even in my class, not even in my grade. She was a first grader. She This is the first time she ever talked to me. She sees me, she comes up to me, and then she says, "Why are you black?" And I looked at her, and we're at the window, which overlooked the playground, the trees, the flowers. I just looked at that, and boom, instantly I got my inspiration. I looked outside and I said, "Look at the trees. Are they all the same green?" And then she looked at them and she was like, "No." I was like, "What do you notice?" She was like, "Some of the green is darker, some of the green is lighter, some of the green is brighter." I was like, "Interesting." And I was like, "Look at the flowers. Are they all the same color?" And she was looking at the different colored flowers, and she was like, "No, they're not all the same color." I continued to do this to point out different things in the natural world. We talked about pets, and we said, "Are cats all the same colors? Are dogs all the same colors?" And then I could see the her mind starting to work and starting to make the connections. And I was like, "These flowers, aren't they beautiful because they're all different colors?" And she starts shaking her head. And then I was like, "And aren't the trees? Look at that. Isn't it even more beautiful because they're all different colors? And the greens are just not the same." And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "And do you want cats to all be the same color?" She's like, "No, my cat is black and white and gray, and I love that color. It's different from other cats." And I was like, "And that's right." And I put my hand next to her and I was like, "That's how we humans are too. We're not all the same color, but it makes us all beautiful that we are different colors." And then she looked at my hand, she looked at me, and she just smiled. And she was like, "It's beautiful." And she walked down the hallway. And from that moment, I was like, that's the answer. I don't need to explain why my skin is like this. And I wanted them to see the beauty in our different colors.